Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for My Hero Academia, chapter 155, and I really want to talk about the whole ending bit with Nightheye's prediction and whatnot. Right off the bat, I want to just jump right into that shit. So Nigheye predicts near the end of this chapter that he and Izuku are going to die, but by by the time he predicts, we see the dialogue of him predicting their deaths. We see Tsuyu and Ochiko arriving on the scene. Now, this says a couple things to me. First, and more obvious, is that Izuku is the main character, so obviously isn't going to die, but with Ochiko and Tsuyu arriving, this just proves, for one thing, how Izuku's power of changing people and how easily can definitely find comrades and work together with people, is how strong that particular part of him is, who he is. Like he can find the best ways to work with anyone. So it's obvious that Ochiko and Tsuyu are going to be a vital part towards this fight with overall and finishing this fight for sure. Like I think Ochiko and Tsuyu definitely are going to be vital towards helping Izuku fight overhaul at this point. Like, yeah, they've always kind of done. This is the way Horikoshi's always done it. He's always done it with waves of setting up team fights and by setting up who Izuku fights best with. And I think he'd be able to work with Ochiko and Tsuyu the best at this point because he has worked with both of them in the past. But even more so than that is that just like with Ochiko and Tsuyu arriving in general, I feel this is also Horikoshi's way of telling us that this might be the one future that Nightheye's foresight quirk, that Izuku's future is the one future that Nightheye's foresight quirk can't predict. Because if you really think about it, when you factor in everything Nightheye has been through, all of his experiences, I think Nightheye as a character is someone who treats because of his attempts to try and change the future and his attempt every time to fail, I think at this point Nightheye kind of treats his predictions as cold, hard fact. And because of his failed attempts in the past, I feel he's almost become cynical to the fact that the future can be changed. And I think when we did see that whole entire that page of blackness and black void and whatnot from the previous chapter, I think that was him. I think that the way he interpreted it was him seeing Izuku and Nightheye's deaths, but I think if you really stop and think about it, it could also represent something else. It could represent their deaths, but because Izuku's the main character, we know he's not going to die. The other thing we could possibly take away from that is that it could be Horikoshi's way of through Nightheye of saying Izuku's fate and future is unpredictable. Izuku's path is his own, and whatever future he carves out is going to be his own. Izuku's future is not necessarily set in stone. So, yeah, I think Nightheye just completely I think this is all just Nightheye's misinterpretation of what's going to happen with Izuku. He thinks Izuku is going to die, but I think once this whole arc is over, I think once this whole fight is over, I do believe Nightheye is finally going to come to the conclusion that, oh, I didn't predict our deaths. What I predicted was that Izuku's fate and the path he carves out is unpredictable. I know it sounds cliche and corny and whatnot, but I genuinely believe that that's kind of what Horikoshi is trying to tell us right now, is that, yes, Izuku's fate, it's impossible for Nightheye to predict what's going to happen to him from this point on. So yeah, I thoroughly believe that, I'm almost 100% positive that that's what Horikoshi is trying to tell us here. But yeah, and Nightheye's opinion of Izuku probably will change after this once he realizes that. And even more so than that. So, like, okay, in the beginning, now this is something. Now moving on, we in the beginning of this chapter, we get confirmation. Like, I know I've been back and forth about this for a long time, and I'm sorry about that, guys. But we finally get clarified information that Eri is Overhaul's daughter, and like I said, I know it's been back and forth, and I apologize for that. But we do learn that Eddie and Overhaul, our father and daughter, but when you really look at the whole situation in this chapter, it's complete. It's even fucked. It's so fucked up. You want it? It's so fucked up. Like, yeah, they are related for sure, but after learning after learning everything in this arc that Overhaul has put her through, and even went so far as in this chapter to say that she was unwanted, yet Eddie still tried to get everyone else alive by attempting to talk him down, Overhaul down. Like, it has me saying that Eri has, if used correctly, with her quirk and whatnot, she has a very bright future as a hero. Like, she has so many qualities of a hero. It's not even funny. Like she's pretty much on par with Togata and All Might as being as with having so much potential to be a hero. Like, just her mentality of wanting to save everyone is just incredible. And like I constantly say, how are they related? Like, I know they are, but Jesus Christ, this one girl is amazing. Like, seriously. But yeah, and like, Eri, your father isn't worth it. He needs to die. He needs to be in prison, and you need to be in a foster home, or you need to be raised elsewhere with foster parents who love you unconditionally. Like, Eri, you're too nice. You need to be with someone who can treat you correct, who can treat you right. This man has not deserved anything. He's not deserved your pity or your pity or your attempts to save him. Really, nothing. He hasn't done anything to do that. But yeah. And we get more. And even before that, even before Eri tries to save Izuku from Overhaul, even earlier than that, we get Togata struggling to get Eri to safety. Which, again, honestly, like, just like Eri, like, can we? I know this is kind of something that's been repeated over and over, but Togata, bro, you are way too good a hero. I mean, this guy has been through hell. He got beat to a bloody pulp by Overhaul, got his quirk erased, and yet he's got his quirk stolen or erased and whatnot, and he still has time to recognize what he needs to do to help Eri. Like, can we just make him the main character already? I mean, he's proven time and again throughout this whole arc that he definitely has each of the qualities, like Eri, necessary to be successor to All Might, but it's, yeah, like, jeez. Togata, you're definitely working, you've done enough. You've done enough, bro. Like, but it's one of those things where I'm saying, Togata, you've done enough, but at the same time, it's these qualities that make him such a good character and a good candidate for One for All. So it's almost like I'm not sure where Togata's standing in this universe is anymore. Like, people have predicted he's going to be like the Batman of the series, like no superpowers at all, but he will be training in order to still fight crime. So I'd actually, and people have predicted it, but I'd be all for that, honestly. Like, I think Togata would have, I don't know if he'd necessarily be like Batman, but he definitely has the qualities, at least, in order to be like a Batman archetype, like the type that is a hero, but doesn't have any quirk. In the same way that the vigilante, I think the vigilante characters in the My Hero Academia spin-off have been doing like something like that. So yeah, I've been reading that too. If you guys haven't read the My Hero Academia Vigilantes manga, go and read that. It's actually kind It's actually pretty good. It's pretty good, guys. Um, and other than that, like we learn. Apparently, we learned that the basic. We learn the only other thing we learned in this one is that apparently the basic principles for the quirk drug was based off like some kind of like it was based off Aizawa's own quirk, which in itself is a touch odd to me because the drug itself was created from Ares' quirk, unless they're referring to whatever modifications were made after the initial creation, which I want to assume is the latter, but in what I want to assume is the latter because it would make the most sense because Ares is the one who essentially created the drug and not Aizawa, but I think it was just kind of. I think it was just one of those things where after the drug was created, they just modeled it after the they just modeled it. They just reworked it, retooled it in order to make it more powerful and whatnot. To the point where it did mimic All Might's quirk base, where it did mimic as it was eraser quirk. So, but yeah, he like that alone, like it's insane that they came up with something like that. But even more so, like you gotta like I don't know if it would really affect him too much, but you gotta really think what's gonna be going through Aizawa's mind after hearing that. Like I know he's a fairly calm person and doesn't like things get to him, but somewhere I'm sure like I can't believe Aizawa was this cool customer that he wouldn't be affected by what's being told to him. So I want to assume that from hearing this, I'm sure part of him is feeling frustrated that his own quirk had to be used as the basis for this dangerous weapon that's going to be flooding the streets and taking and that might flood the streets and take people's quirks away. So yeah, it's like Aizawa. Yeah, like in a strange way, Aizawa was responsible for all of this in a way. So yeah, it's kind of. I wouldn't be surprised if Aizawa did feel some sort. It wouldn't make sense if Aizawa did feel some sort of anguish or some kind of frustration over this. But it would be interesting character development if he did. To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind it. But yeah, guys, that's my review of My Hero Academia, chapter 155. Awesome chapter. Like, My Hero Academia keeps getting better and better, and like the only thing that I'm thinking right now is how is this going to be adapted? And I wonder is that if the anime ever does get to this point, which I assume they will, because My Hero Academia is selling like hotcakes in Japan. I wonder how they're going to adapt this particular portion of because I think it would take from what I'm like I think this is Horikoshi's longest arc yet, and I think this would be adapted into more than one season. To be honest with you, I think it would probably be like at least two seasons worth of content or something like that. But who knows for sure? But that's just like a little prediction I have. But other than that, guys, yeah, just tell me what you thought about this chapter. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Death Knight of NI, signing off. Later, guys.